I'm Sill from NZ Windows, and today we're going to take you through the install of a double glazed sliding door. We have simplified the process so it's easier for you guys to follow along at home.
The tools we will be using in this video are level, stapler, hammer, dog bar, chisel, tape measure, knife, wedge, nail punches, drill, a driver, a concrete drill and your safety equipment. The materials we will need are panhead screws, clout nails, jolt head nails, PF rod, expanding foam, V60 or some sort of sealant, flashing tape, framing tape, DPC or damp course, timber fillets and packers. Let's get started. Here we are cutting our flashing tape. And now we cut our butterflies. These are cut into a triangle to help cover the corners. On the bottom side of the frame, we install the butterfly first, and then our framing tape will go over top. On the top side of the frame, we install the main flashing tape first, followed by the butterfly in the exposed corner. Once this is complete, repeat this process onto the other side of your frame. This is an important step in the process to ensure your frame is protected properly from the weather. Here we are creating a level sill using H-packers. This is an important step to ensure proper functionality of your door. Once you have your packers level, it is time to fit your support bar. The support bar itself sits 150mm in from each end of your opening. Do ensure that your support bar is the correct way up, as there are screw ports on the bottom side. Ensure your support bar is level with your packers, starting with the centre point of your support bar. We use a 5mm masonry drill bit. Once your hole is drilled, we use a wall plug with a 50mm panhead screw. This is to secure your support bar to the concrete or your timber. Follow this step for every second hole. Now we're going to test fit the item by putting it into the opening to ensure that the support bar is at the correct height. Now we put a bead of silicone along the sill. This is to ensure that there is no drafts underneath the item. Now we lift in the frame, ensuring that the sill goes into the opening first, followed by the head. Once item is sitting in the opening, we use a 10mm packet to mimic our internal lining. Once your item is sitting in the correct spot, we pre-drill a hole for our jolt head nail. We use a timber wedge to ensure that our liner does not flex. Repeat this process on either side of your item. Here we are leveling our liner. This is to ensure that the door has correct functionality. Once the door is level, put a packer in each corner to ensure the frame does not move. Once packing is complete, recheck your liners or frame. Here we are marking out our centres for our nails. Once these are marked, we use a drill to pre-drill our holes. We use a wedge at each fixing point to ensure the liner does not move when nailing off. Around the strike we do a double fixing just to ensure this stays nice and true. Once this process has been repeated on the other side, we then go through and punch each nail, using the timber wedge for each fixing point. We have cheated a bit here by using a nail gun, but for you folks at home, you'll be repeating the previous process for the remaining two sides. Here we are doing a final check of the liners. Providing they do not need any more adjusting, we can now start packing around the item. We do not use packers in the head as there is no need for support in this area. It's time for us to fit our pier rod. As you can see, we're using our timber wedge to push the pier rod 20 mils beyond the surface of the framing. This gets repeated on all three sides, including the head. This helps with our weatherproofing and to stop any drafts trying to make its way around the item. Following on from fitting our pier rod, we are now using our expanding foam. This is applied in a continuous action around all three sides of the item. This is to fill the void around the item. It also helps with our weatherproofing. It is time for us to fix down our item. Here we are removing our infill cap and now measuring in 150 from the corner. And then we go through and we pre-drill through the aluminium. We now measure 150 from the other side, and then each hole is at 300 centres from then on. We then pre-drill each hole with our drill. An important note is to ensure that you are drilling through the fixing tab, not through the track area, as this will damage your joinery. Now that we have pre-drilled through the aluminium, it is time to drill into our concrete. We use a M6 drill bit. Now that we've pre-drilled our holes, it is time for us to secure down our item. We're using a 50mm panhead screw with an M6 ball plug. We now refit our infill cover. followed by a secondary bead of silicone on the inside of the sill. Now we fit the damp course to the outside of the item. This gets tucked behind the fin and then stapled to the wall. If you are doing a renovation at home, this step may not be needed. To fit a head flashing, you measure 40mm either side of your item for overhang. We then do a bead of silicone along the edge of the fin of your item. Securing the head flashing in place, you sit it on top of the item and then using one clout in the centre to help fix it. This is then followed by doing a clout at each end within 50mm of the end of the flashing. Following fitting off our flashing, we then use our 75mm flashing tape, making sure that it overhangs either side of the flashing by 100mm. This then gets fitted along the top seam. It is time to fit our end caps. These get a bead of silicone around the edge of the cap to help with weatherproofing. These then simply clip onto each end of the flashing. Now our flashing is complete. Final step of the process is to cut our foam. Generally, we will leave this 6 to 12 hours to make sure it is fully cured. To get the best results, use a brand new blade and your knife. We go down both sides, followed by the head. This process is to ensure that your internal cladding can meet to the liner of the item.
That concludes our video. Hope you found it informational, and if you have any other questions around this process, please contact our team. Thank you very much for watching.